Yo, what's up guys? Today we are reacting to a historic moment. This is T-6 Starship flight test. Oh wow.
What we're attempting to do today, we're actually going to be igniting those 33 engines in banks or clusters, and that sequence starts at T-6 seconds.
Yeah, and the ignition sequence is a little
6
bit different,
seconds, bro.
both in terms of the timing and also the ignition method. So on Falcon 9, we use a chemical called T-tab. It's a pyrophoric material, so that means when you mix the two together, it produces a flame that kicks off that green characteristic spark on Falcon 9 missions. But actually on Starship, we use electrical ignition systems. Many of those are integrated on the ground system here. And the electrical ignition, we start lighting the banks at T-6 seconds, and then over the next 4 seconds, the 3 sets of banks will ignite and eventually bring the booster up to a thrust to weight greater than 1 and hopefully ascent.
Bro, my anxiety levels are like going up.
Pretty different from our Falcon 9 launches, and so this will be the first time that any of us have gotten to see this type of integrated test flight with both the Starship and the Super Heavy booster.
5 minutes left.
T-5 minutes.
We want to remind everyone that success today is anything.
Yeah, it looks fun down there. I kind of want to go join them.
Bro.
For today, success is anything that we learn that helps improve the future builds of Starship. If we lift off and clear the pad, we're calling that a win.
A great shot of the pad there. A great shot of the quick disconnect on the second stage. You can see the frost line on the booster where that methane is fully topped up. I think we're just coming up on the last few minutes here of propellant fill on the booster. Now that quick disconnect is going to separate away as we actually get into the ignition sequence, but it's providing electrical connections now and also providing the propellants that we're loading into the vehicle.
Yeah. We're just now under 4 minutes until liftoff of the Starship flight test. We've been following along for what honestly seems like days and days now, but really it kind of comes down to years. It has been a long time to get to where we are today. Now,
I want to speak, but I don't want to speak on top of her.
We have the opportunity to hold, if necessary, at 40 seconds, and we are able to hold there for about 15 minutes, or up to 15 minutes, and still be able to lift off.
Yeah, that's a little bit different from Falcon.
Wait, is this live?
Holds. That's a cool new
that's live.
Starship.
Okay.
Right now, T-3 minutes, 10 seconds and counting. We got some great views from the drone. It's nice that the fog is slowly lifting. We get some of the blue skies, hopefully good views. What we're waiting for right now is closeout of propellant loading on the first stage.
Yo, this is so exciting, guys.
Up here shortly. In fact, it looks like fuel fill and drain valves are coming closed. That means first stage is fully loaded, second stage fully loaded, and that 10 million pounds of propellant on board the Starship launch vehicle.
I want to take
Don't they have any images on Elon Musk?
I feel like it's Falcon Heavy test demo all over again.
And hopefully you'll hear us as we get into the plus count. But right now, next activity is coming up. The flight termination system arms at T-2 minutes. Thrust vector control checkouts at T-2 minutes. And then after that, major activity will be the T-40 gate. There's a view looking up at the 33 Raptor engines.
So,
There are 20 engines in a circle on the outside, and as Shiva said earlier, 13 engines on the center. Those are the ones that gimbal and steer the vehicle.
I really hope everything goes well.
I don't think I've ever seen someone so excited for TVC wiggles.
Love this view. These are the 33 Raptor engines at the base of the Super Heavy booster. I think we can see those wiggles now.
There we go.
We're currently inside 90 seconds.
If the camera is positioned directly under, that camera is toast.
That is a gate, a decision point.
Pun intended.
The possibility the propulsion team may need a few minutes.
Oh, come on. T-minus 1 minute.
Is armed for flight. We're getting ready for T-minus 1 minute and counting.
There we go. Anxieties levels going up right now.
Next, we'll see as we get past T-minus 40 seconds.
Let me just check how many people are watching this. 1.2 million people watching this. Oh, live. T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 30 seconds. Guys, this is the future. If this is a success, man, the possibilities are endless. Minus 30 seconds.
Okay, you can see the clock is recycled.
Aww.
Flight director has called a hold.
No.
We're recycling.
Come
For the
on.
moment, we'll see where they move the clock back to. They could hold at T-minus 40 seconds. They could go to an earlier point. Give us a minute to listen into the nets, and we'll see if we can get you more information to share.
Come on, don't play with me. Don't play with us like that. Bro, this is kind of, I think, the most interesting reaction that I have done on this channel. I have done more than 5,000 reactions, and none of them quite like this one. I'm literally sitting here waiting for a rocket to be launched into outer space. I have never done anything like this, and I hope you guys enjoy this type of reaction. Otherwise, why would you be here watching me? Countdown hold for final launch checkouts. And from what I know, this was actually scheduled for last Monday, I think, and they postponed it to today. So, and this has been recommended all over YouTube. So whenever you go onto your homepage, this in all of my channels, when I was logged in, this was the video that was been pushed by YouTube. Like, really, in every single moment that I entered YouTube, I saw this. So that's why I decided to, react to it. And bruh, there are 1.3 million people watching right now. And you know what's crazy? The chat is disabled. The comment sections are disabled. So, I mean, what are you guys thinking right now? Let me know in the comments. I hope it doesn't take too long, though. They're just playing with our emotion. They're just silent now. Even the commentators, they have stopped speaking. I wish there was a way to fast forward this, but you guys can.
John Innsbrucker again here at the Hawthorne webcast desk. We're holding a T-minus 40 seconds. What we've heard so far is we have a couple of issues we're working. One is the booster tank pressurization. Final pressurization was just a little bit long. That's not unusual. We've held at T-minus 40 seconds before to pressurize. That appears to have been resolved. At the same time, on the second stage, they're working some final purging. We should know very shortly if that is cleared and if we'll continue the countdown.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Everyone, especially that person, is excited to keep going.
Okay.
Like John said, we should know shortly if we are able to continue. But as we mentioned before, we are able to hold up to 15 minutes and still be able to lift off today.
Yeah, on Falcon 9, it's a little bit different. Once we start propellant loading, we pretty much have to go at the targeted time. Otherwise, the propellants can warm up and we may not have the performance for that particular mission profile. It's a little bit different on Starship.
Folks,
There we
if I
go.
can interrupt.
Yeah.
It looks like they're clearing all the flags. And we're going to release
Here we
at
go.
T-minus 40 seconds.
Here we go.
That is amazing news.
Amazing.
Team
Okay.
working quickly through their issues on first and second stages.
And I'm sure all of the rehearsals and simulations that they've been doing have prepared them to evaluate this data quickly. to try to get us in.
I wonder where Elon Musk is right now. There should have been like a camera for him.
For those of you just joining, we have a brief hold at the T-minus 40-second mark. The team is resolving one issue with the bleed purge on the Stage 2 Raptors. Like John just said, the teams are quickly working that, and it looks like the flags are being cleared as we speak. So we should be able to resume the launch countdown any moment now.
And it's worth noting on Starship that once we resume the countdown, it restarts from the 40-second period, and then we keep going unless another condition pops up. So stick around, because Starship could be going here real soon. Earlier,
before I started doing the reaction, there was a take showing the size of the person.
Texas.
What happened? What happened? Talk to me. T-minus 30 seconds. Whoa, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. Bro, my anxiety levels are going way up. Higher than this rocket's gonna go, I think. 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! Let's go! Bro! No, go back to that screen. Go back. And there we go.
Chamber pressure is nominal.
It's wobbly. No, 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 no. What the heck?
2 plus 43 seconds into the test flight of the inaugural Starship vehicle. Tower cleared. We're into pitch over. Propulsion reports first stage engines nominal. What a sight from the ground cameras at Starbase.
Bro, that wobbly got me worried.
The thrust of the Saturn V heading to space.
600 kilometers per hour.
Additional signal, surface proceed.
We're throttled down and throttled back up.
700 kilometers per hour.
Going through the period of maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Bro, some of the engines
As
are...
the velocity increases, the density of the atmosphere is decreasing.
Max Q.
Lessening stress on the vehicle. The call out, max Q now.
900 kilometers per hour. Whoa! How many people are watching? 1.5 million people watching.
The first stage as we head downrange.
1,200 kilometers per hour.
Into flight.
That went from 0 to 100
shutdown
to...
of the first stage. Houston tracking station now acquiring the vehicle. With shutdown, we will get separation of Starship from Super Heavy.
1,500 kilometers per hour.
When Starship separates, we light up 6 engines in a staggered sequence. And if all goes well, those 6 engines will burn for almost 6.5 minutes.
It's in orbit.
View from Starship.
1,800, 1,900.
Views of the Raptor engines on the second stage.
2,000 kilometers per hour.
Separation. Now, after stage separation,
2,000 kilometers per hour, my friend.
Boost back maneuver for landing in the Gulf.
It's gonna land. It's gonna go back and land, bruh. So its max speed was like 2,200.
2 minutes 40 seconds. Let's get ready for main engine cutoff.
Yo, this is awesome.
Restriction cutoff.
Beginning the flip for stage separation.
So it went from 0 to 1,200 kilometers per hour in 100 seconds. It's positioning to start landing. It has to land upright, so it's fixing its position.
As of right now, we are awaiting stage separation. where Starship should separate from the Super Heavy booster.
But I think it's trying to stabilize first.
Like we saw the start of the flip, but obviously we're seeing from the ground cameras the entire Starship stack continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now. Obviously, this is does not appear to be a nominal situation.
Oh no!
Yeah, it does appear to be spinning, but I do want to remind everyone that everything after clearing the tower
not detaching.
Was icing on the cake.
Did it detach or did it explode?
And there, as you saw, as we promised, an exciting end to the Starship inaugural integrated test flight.
Did it blow up? Are they cheering because it blew up?
Everyone here absolutely pumped to clear the pad and make it this far into the test flight, the first integrated flight of the booster and the Starship vehicle.
Live view there of our control center at Starbase,
There's Elon Musk,
which we refer to as Star Command. As we said before, obviously we wanted to make it all the way through, but to get this far, honestly, is amazing.
So it blew up and they're playing it off as it was normal.
Starship just experienced what we call a rapid unscheduled disassembly, or a RUD, during ascent. But now this was a development test. This is the first test flight of Starship, and the goal was to gather the data, and as we said, clear the pad and get ready to go again. So you never know exactly what's going to happen, but as we promised, excitement is guaranteed.
So
and Starship gave us a rather spectacular end, but was truly an incredible test thus far.
Now, as we mentioned at the start of today's program, any and all the data that we collected during the test is going to help us with further development of Starship, and it's going to improve the vehicle's reliability as SpaceX seeks to make life multiplanetary. It's really worth noting that the flight path was designed to be over water and all the air and sea space. Along with that flight path and those surrounding areas were cleared in advance of the test. And of course, we're going to be coordinating with local authorities for the recovery operations.
But honestly, what an exciting morning. Oh my gosh. We had a successful liftoff from Starbase,
I want to
Texas
see the comments.
at 8:28 a.m. Central Time.
1.6 million people
tower,
watching.
Which honestly was our only hope. We cleared the tower, and all the data that we collected all the way through all those Raptor, those 33, although I think we saw that 3 Raptor engines were out, but we got all that data, and we got so far as to hoping to see the Starship, the second stage, separate from the first stage, the Super Heavy booster. And unfortunately, we didn't make that happen, but that's okay. It was the first integrated launch, and honestly, today was amazing.
Absolutely incredible day. We made it through a number of those initial test objectives with getting booster ascent, getting all the way through the countdown, working some issues at the end. Like, totally really fantastic day.
Got through the gate at T-minus 40 seconds on the second try. Everything released, the hold downs, the quick disconnect arms, everything moves out of the way. And then we got the vehicle off of the pad, through max Q, all the way up to stage separation, even starting into the prep for stage sep. And then, as we say, a lot of excitement.
Yep. Honestly, my face has had a smile on it since liftoff, and now my face hurts. Now, since we don't have any insights on the cause of our rapid unscheduled disassembly at this
explosion,
point, we're going to end
up.
our webcast here.
Okay.
Teams will continue to review the data and work toward our next flight test. But before we go, a big congrats to the entire SpaceX team on an exciting first integrated flight test of Starship. And of course, a shout out to our viewers. We appreciate you joining us. And as always, we thank you for your interest in Starship, SpaceX, and your ongoing support. Till next time.
Okay, a little bit awkward. It wasn't a total fail because, from the beginning they were saying that they only wanted to, gather data. But of course they're going to say that because, sponsors and investors and the stock market and stuff. In fact, well, never mind. I'll check that later. Anyways, the main thing that we can see here is that it worked. up to a certain point, and then it didn't. It blew up, and they were calling it disintegrating, whatever. But hey, that was so exciting though. This is just the beginning. They're going to gather the data. They're going to do, you know, the necessary adjustments. And so what happened was it managed to go up, but back in re-entry it did not disengage, and it ended up blowing up. So the whole thing was supposed to detach so that the rocket could, you know, get rid of the extra weight and then, you know, reposition and land. I think that was the main goal here. But it was good for the first try, right? But it didn't go like 100% according to plan, but they did get what they wanted, which was the data, so they can work on that. And this is just the beginning of the future, so exciting times are coming. And guys, let me know your thoughts, let me know your comments. I think there is a reason they didn't leave the comments you know, enabled, and the live chat. So guys, have faith, have hope, and let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this. This was a very unique reaction. So, and hey, I know nothing about rockets, so you can tell. I was just a excited spectator. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Let me know if you like this type of reaction. Take care. Bye-bye.